Under fire back home, but broad smiles abroad. It looks like no trouble can get in Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's way to the limelight. Days after his bitterly disputed re-election, the Iranian president headed to Russia. He was tight-lipped on the violence, firing his latest round at Washington instead.
America is consumed by economic and political crises, and there is no hope for an immediate resolution. Allies of the US are not in a position to sort out these problems either. And this shows that the international mechanisms based around imperial ambitions are surrendering their position in the world and moving closer to the end of their domination.
Looking for an international seal of approval or putting on a business-as-usual face, the spotlight was firmly on the Iranian leader as he sat down for talks at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit that brings together Russia, China and 4 Central Asian states. Iran has observer status and has been eager to join as a fully fledged member.
Well, I think it was just a defiant stunt, frankly. He came, he showed his face, he got what he wanted, which was some sort of international endorsement, pictures of him with President Medvedev sitting around the table with other world leaders. And then he hightailed it back to Iran to deal with the crisis.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's landslide victory sparked some of Iran's worst rioting in a decade, amid claims that the poll was rigged. But he's brushed off the demonstrations as a few twigs and splinters. The splinters, it seems, not big enough to become a thorn in his side.
Ahmadinejad is confident. His coming to Russia in times of such troubles back home shows this. But Iran is a country under international sanctions, partially isolated from the rest of the world. Ahmadinejad has to show that he has partners.
Ahmadinejad delayed his planned visit by a day, prompting much stir about whether he'd turn up at all. But this time the outspoken newsmaker shunned talking to the frenzied media. And his brief chat with Dmitry Medvedev was held behind firmly closed doors. The SCO gathered to look for ways out of the global credit crunch, with Russia saying the dollar has failed to live up to expectations. Ahmadinejad echoed Medvedev's idea of using regional currencies and even called for a joint SCO bank to be set up. He left on the very day he arrived, but wherever he goes, he's sure to grab the headlines. And it seems no matter how big the meeting or how brief his appearance, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad can always be relied upon to turn it into Iran Man show. Svetlana Kurakina, Art.